Finally. As if YouTube doesn't hate me enough already, by the way it's been treating me. I'm sure logging off and logging back on, the algorithm's just gonna take so kindly to that. I apologize. I don't know what the heck was happening here. But we are back. And we are. See, now why is it all weird? There we go. There we go. All right. Holy smokes. I apologize, Blue. Thanks for sticking with me this whole time. Anyone who isn't, is going to see this later and see 3 posts on one day in parts 1, 2, and 3, if they don't watch to the end when I sign off, they're going to be like, what the heck was Ed smoking that day? Dude, something's up with this. See, now the sound isn't working for that, which is fine. You can hear me, but you're not getting that wonderful soundtrack. Whatever, it happens. I have a feeling it's the fact that it's N64. It's probably not Streamlabs, but who knows. All right, well, either way, we're here. And this is a good thing. This is Ed. Calm down. This is your happy time. This is your happy place. It's okay. All right, Blue, which one are we doing? It's okay if it's not going perfectly. The stakes are low. Just relax and have fun. All right, good. Waiting for you to tell me what cup to pick. I'm coming up on an hour, so I might only be able to do one, maybe 2. All right, I'll start with Special Cup, and if you pick something different. Yeah, nice. All right. See, we're on the same page, baby. That's what I'm talking about. So, Blue, I'm curious, what you think of the podcast with the homeless bum? I appreciate everyone that comes on the pod, but there's something about that guy that I don't want to say he's my favorite guest, but there's just I think he's my most surprising guest, I'll say. Just from the very beginning when I met him. Actually, a little behind the scenes action. He right when I got there, I was obviously a little nervous because I'm sitting there. We're gonna get rid of those. I go and I meet this guy that I've only seen standing on the side of the road and looked at a couple of his videos on Instagram. Knowing that he lives on the street, so he's not a soft man. That can be sure. You can be sure of that. And I meet him behind a. He lives off this. Oh shoot! I think that was my own thing. He lives near the river. I won't be too specific because I don't think he would appreciate that. But I met him basically behind a union hall in a parking lot. That it was pretty empty. Basically like an office building parking lot. Oh, nice. And what was really interesting to me was he, before we started recording, we're kind of feeling each other out. And basically, he said in so many words, he was like, I was a little nervous with you coming up, like this guy I'd never met before, and I'm supposed to get in his car. So I'm like, is he gonna rob? Is he gonna, like, hurt me, kidnap me, stab me, whatever it was? And I just thought, one, it was really interesting, like, you always look at things through your own perspective, and you forget that, like, he was feeling the same thing about me that I was feeling about him. And even though he was a homeless person, and I'm part of society, so to speak. we all know I use that term loosely, but I think if anyone was going to trust anyone in that situation, they'd rather get in the car with me than they get in the car with him, right? Like, to put it simply. And it was just interesting that this guy that most people would be afraid of had the same feelings about me that I had about him. So that was the first thing that was really like, oh, it was like a reminder that, like, hey, no matter anyone's circumstance, rich is rich or poor is the poor, like, we're all the same, And the second thing I thought was really interesting, I noticed, because I just figured, like, living on the street, he had to have some sort of weapon. And I noticed that there was I guess you call it a sheath, a sheath knife, basically like a knife case that he had on his belt, but it was empty. And I mentioned that, and or actually maybe I didn't even mention it. I kind of forget. I have it on recording. I could probably look at it. But he was like, hey, I just want to let you know, like, I left my knife on my bike outside of the car because I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable. And I was like, dude, all right. This guy's living on the street and he doesn't know who I am. And he just told me how nervous he was to be around me. Yet he's going to take the initiative and, make himself vulnerable by, disarming himself and letting me know that. You know what I mean? Like, it was just like, it was so considerate. Like, from my channel, there are people that are so inconsiderate. They come up to my car and they don't even have the decency to say hi. Hi, is this Eddie? Could you say my name? They just say, what's my name? Like, they basically, it's basically that's the long way of saying, like, people don't have the decency to show me the slightest bit of respect to greet me with a greeting and say hello, and they just demand, what's my name? As if I'm some sort of robot or something. Oh, shoot. And this guy is willing to get in the car with me and let me know that, he's not only take off his knife, but, like, let me know that he did that and that he's trusting me. Like, what a freaking guy, man. So then the other thing. Oh. All right. We're going to save this till the very end. And cut across the lawn. I can't fall off this time. Oh, that's an upside down. The other thing two things that struck me. Like, when I asked him how he goes to the bathroom, the fact that he, like, wants to be a contributing, or he doesn't want to be a detriment to society, basically, and goes, all right. Oh, I'd use that too late. Oh, no. Oh, I'm such a loser. On my own course. Nice. The other thing I really liked was, or the two things I was going to say, he goes in a plastic bag so he's not just going around the city, which, this is a real deep cut. I don't know if you remember this video, but there was one, the guy's name was Charles. He was the man. I picked him up from Love and Honey Chicken. I think it's on Kensington Avenue. And on the way home, we saw a lady dragging her sweatshirt on the ground, which was the first thing. The last thing we saw was a dude just pissing on the side of a building. But in between the two, we saw a guy, presumably homeless, just taking a dump. It was on the backside of a school. It was a Saturday, I remember. Maybe a Sunday, but it was a weekend. I'm sure of that. I remember. And a dude was taking a dump on the backside of either a school or a community building. I forget what it was. That was it. I'm a professional, baby. But we saw a dude just taking a dump in public, and I guess that's the first time I really thought, like, hey, yeah, of course you know that homeless people have to go to the bathroom, but I guess I never really thought of where they go to the bathroom. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, yeah, I guess homeless people just go outside. It makes sense. I mean, where else would they go? And the fact that Evan would go out of his way to, like, keep the city clean by going in a plastic bag and disposing of it. Like, what a guy, And I also thought it was interesting how, because, the climate change people think that regular people using plastic bags is what's actually causing the world to heat up or cool down or whatever they're saying this day of the week. Yeah, not to, reveal too much of how I feel about that situation. But, in their attempt to get people to stop using plastic bags, Evan has a hard time finding a place to poop in a place that won't make the city dirty. Sorry, I'm a little focused here. I did not tell that story well. But basically, the moral of that story is we need to bring plastic bags back into circulation so that the homeless people of Philadelphia can have a place to go to the bathroom that's not in the middle of the city. Much more important than climate change. God, man, second again to DK. What if I lose? And the third thing, this is probably the funniest thing. When I asked him where he would want a cheesesteak, thinking that, hey, I'm going to be buying a homeless guy, someone who needs money to eat, literally asked for money to eat. All right, I can't lose a DK on this one, otherwise I'll lose. I'm going to be buying him a cheesesteak. He'll be grateful for any sort of food I buy him. Evan informs me. All right, I'm going to go for this cheat here. Evan informs me he's a vegan homeless guy. Oh, shoot. All right. Oh! Oh! Almost. Oh, that would have been sick. All right. It's all right. We'll catch up. So, yeah, huge fan of Evan. Always hope the best for him. I actually got a video coming up with him soon. Again, a little more appreciate you hanging out on the live. Yes, Tugs, I literally started this, the first one, saying that we've had some issues. Me and Blue have had some issues here, and Blue's been sticking with me this whole time. But this is my third stream of the day due to some technical issues. But I literally started the first one saying I usually plan on playing from 3 to 4. But I started a little late today because the past 2 streams I noticed how you say you just missed it. So maybe 3:30 is the play from now on, when possible. All right, we're catching up. But again, a little more for you people that are hanging out or catching up on the stream. little behind the scenes spoiler alert, whatever you want to call it. I actually, thanks to some wonderful contributors to the channel, was able to get Evan the pair of boots he was talking about. They were like $250 pair of boots or whatever it was. And dude, it was one of those things, you know, like as a content creator, someone who's like a communications major, like someone who's just very interested in this space, it was like a stark reminder of how there's the content world and then there's real life. Maybe I'll talk about this in the video. I'm trying to figure out how to tell this story. But basically, as you know, I took a little break from, oh, let's try this again, baby. Oh, nah, didn't get it. I took a little break from creating content, not just because YouTube was crushing me, but I'll talk about it a little more on the podcast, becoming a dad and all the trials and tribulations and the wave I had to ride with that. But, you know, this happened like right after I talked to Evan, and I think I met him in like September, October, and he was talking about having these boots. And then, you know, your boy started going through it for whatever reason. And I wanted to get them these boots, but I knew I wasn't going to be making content. I don't know, like, what would ever happen with my content, you know? And I'm like, hey, man, I can't wait to make this video to give this guy these super special winter boots because the winter's not going to wait, you know? Like, he's not going to make, he's not going to need boots. You know, I might not make videos again until it's warm again, or I may not make videos again ever, or whatever it was, right? And I'm like, I got to get this man these boots, whether it's in a video or not, because the winter's cold, and he's going to need freaking boots. So anyway, that's why, like, if you see the videos with the homeless bum, as his Instagram handle is, it's not what I call him, you know, because I'm being mean or whatever. Like, it's the one I had my shirt off because it was so damn hot, and then I didn't know I would be recording, you know, and you know, it's like warmer out and it's sunny and it's, you know, I'm happy because I don't have my seasonal depression of the winter. And all right, what are we at? Second lap. All right, we're gonna try this again, only because DK is not. All right, we're gambling here just because I want to make this. And if I don't finish him first, it'll be an excuse to play another game. Do I use the thing? But it was one of those instances where I'm like, you know, forget the video world. Like, this man needs boots, whether I make a video or not. All right, here we go, baby. Here we go. Oh, no. Oh, this isn't good, guys. This isn't good. So, yeah, got him a pair of boots back in October, and to go back to the very beginning of why I started on this, I don't want to say I worry about them, but, you know, on these cold nights, I'm always thinking about them, and I'm like, man, as much as I want it to be springtime, I am sure Evan very much so wants it to be springtime. So who am I to complain? All right, let's go, baby. Ooh. Oh, one red shell. Are you kidding me? See you later, Bowser. Oh, got him. See you later, DK. That was a waste of a red shell. I did it twice. Oh, can I catch Wario? It doesn't matter as long as I beat DK. It's still pathetic. 3 second places? What am I, some sort of rookie? That's a veteran move right there. Off the wall, so it's behind you. I guarantee you DK hits it. It's usually better when there's a actual person you're playing against. Because then you can see them suffer. Maybe I'll get my brother to come out on one of these streams one time. Me and him used to have some battles. Oh, no! See, that's why you stay with them red shells, dog. Let's go! If I lost, that would have been bad. But yeah, so, that's the long way of saying, been all right. Been a little up and down. I'm releasing a podcast this week that will kind of fill everyone in on, for those of you who are interested on where I've been and stuff like that. But, the moral of the story is keep your head up. And if you're ever going through something, one of my favorite quotes, it's all going to be okay in the end. And if it's not okay, that just means it's not the end. All right, let's restart this. How about you, Tugs? How you been? How do I restart this? There we go. All right, we're doing one more, and I'm getting first every single time, and then I'm Audi 5000. Got to fill out my bracket, baby. Dude, this is killing me today. All right, what if we do... This is like when you need to... If this was an actual game, this would be when we turn the game off, blow on it, and then put it back in. All right. All right, we're getting first every single time. And look, now the sound's working. Open Emu. Going through it today. That is correct, Blue. It is the first stream I ever did. I remember I did it with Jimmy, and Jimmy is a bit of a hater. Jimmy is always saying, nah, no one's going to watch. What are you doing? The people only care about your grandmother. Nobody likes you. Which there is some truth to that. Not that nobody likes me, but Granny was the star. But I remember I did it with Jimmy, and because I was trying to get him to start making content, which he did. We started a TikTok account, and he got like 50,000 followers in like a week. Anyway, I remember I went to Jimmy's. We did it, and man, we had a lot of people come out. I don't want to say more than 1,000, but I think it might have been more than 1,000. All right, we're doing the Mushroom Cup. Then I am Audi 5000. Oh, no. Holy smokes. Broke your knee? Like your kneecap or like tore a ligament? I'm guessing like chipped a kneecap or something. That sounds brutal. Well, I am thinking, how'd you do that? And I believe the TikTok account is... See, that's what I should have done better. I'll look it up in between races. I think it's Jimmy Curr. Jimmy CURR_. But yeah, that was fun. Good times. Me and Jimmy hanging out. There was the podcast. Man, shout out to Jimmy. He, the podcast I did with him, I felt bad because it was my first time like recording outside of the car and like trying to learn. And that's how you know you got good friends. Delco Dan's the same way. Like just like being willing to like go along with it and give it a whirl and um not be a guinea pig, but like just supporting me even though it was new, like he didn't need it to be a proven concept to be like, screw it. I'll eat it. I'll eat it mixed with you and record it. The sound in that one, I need to figure out a way to make better sound or get. Basically, we talked about this last time. I don't need to relive that. There's one. All right. Oh my gosh. Where were you snowboarding? Oh man. Oh, that gives me chills. That has to hurt so bad. All right, where we at? Also, were you doing like a sweet trick or were you like me and you just suck at snowboarding? Let's see. Jimmy. Oh, I wonder if he deleted it. No, it would be followers, right? I gotta go to my other account. Man, there we go. Not now, following. Whoa, his account was banned. Dude, this is what I'm talking about, man. Dude, we're getting censored, people. The powers that be are censoring the real ones. I have no idea why his account would be banned. That's insane. It was called The Jimmy Kerr. And they banned him. That's insane. That is just freaking insane. Whoo. Gotcha, Peach. Ooh. Oh, man. I don't know. I do think I'm just going to repost. Maybe I'll wait till the book's out. Maybe I'll do it now. I think I'm just going to repost all my videos to Rumble. Just to see what happens. Because this is getting insane. I even watched, I don't know the guy's name, but I've seen him before. He does, like, investing channels. And he basically talked about how, like, I think the title of the video is, like, I'm getting off the YouTube hamster wheel or something like that. And he basically talks about how, like, Mr. Beast cracked the code like no one else ever did, and like absolutely amazing. But what we have is a bunch of people that are just trying to hack this algorithm by replicating what Mr. Beast has done, and it just creates this like he called it soulless videos where, and I feel that, like you get these videos that are like, do you really like this? Or are you doing this because you think it's worth it? And I even found myself falling in that trap. And like he talked about how he's like, he would come up with 10 different thumbnails. And it's annoying. Like, I love telling stories. I love connecting with people. That's why I like stories. Stories relate an experience to someone else who, even though they didn't have that experience, can empathize with it because we're all humans, just like Evan. I have never lived out on the street, save a few nights I fell asleep in places that I didn't mean to. But I've never slept out on the street, but I could empathize with Evan because he's another human being, But instead, you get these videos that are just like, or these creators, I just say, that just like are focusing on thumbnails. Oh, that's what I was going with this. Sorry, ADD kicking in. You guys, at the start of the first thing, I was waking up from a nap, as I mentioned. God, that nap was awesome. And I was just I was very zen, And now I am a cup of coffee deep with a little bit of woke up a little bit, got the juices flowing because my peoples are out on the stream playing my N64, and now so my ADD is whew. But anyway, like, I love writing. That's my favorite part of this whole thing. Like, writing the script, like finding the good story, relaying a story, like sharing my perspective, hopefully a perspective that, might not be considered or like thought about too much, and a positive perspective, a perspective that, just encourages good behavior. And, that said, I don't know if let me get this. I don't know if I've ever been clear of this. On my videos, like when I'm sharing videos that might not be the funnest, when I'm doing fun Uber rides, that's cool. Like, everybody can get along when everybody's getting along. But when I'm, doing videos that might not be the most fun experience, one that comes to mind is, the worst Uber ever, when those 4 dudes in my car. I really thought I was going to get my ass kicked. Like, I sit there and I say, I'm not sharing their faces because that's not who these dudes are. It's just the alcohol. It's just the circumstance, whatever it is. Like, that's me being my best self. That's me after I've had some time to think about it. Because my impulsive self, my natural reaction is, F those guys. I'm going to freaking find them on the internet because it's 2023. It's really easy to do that. And I'm going to send this video to their bosses, to their jobs, to their family, and that'll follow them around for the rest of their life. That's my immediate reaction. Like, F these guys, I'm going to show them. But I like to share the perspective in videos of the best of what I should be, of what I think people should be, of what somebody, when they're being their best self, when they're being patient, when they're considering the best outcome. So just to be clear, I'm not this like, holy roller. I can be an a-hole myself. My perspective that I like to share in these stories is, when I'm being my best self. So that's what I like writing. That's what I like think about. This whole thing of like, making the videos for watch time and the thumbnails really is the most annoying thing to me. It's like choosing the right title and thumbnail, which is like probably one of the most important parts of YouTube. It's just like, it's like that creator said, it's like a YouTube hamster wheel that you have to play on. And, it's the way it is. Like, that's YouTube. I didn't make the platform. They do what they do. But that's one of the most frustrating things to me of like, dude, I just want to make videos. I don't want to play this game. And, I want to care more about real life than click-through rate, Like, I don't want to look back on my life and be like, hey, man, I got people to click on videos. I was really good at roping people in. Once they clicked, there wasn't a lot of substance. It was a lot of, look at this mystery box I'm not going to show you until the end, so I gathered a lot of watch time. That's from this dude's video. I didn't think of that, but he was spot on with that. And I do a little of that, and don't get me wrong, there's a little bit of that's what makes good storytelling, But I like to think that the metaphorical mystery box in my videos are actually relevant to the story. Like, when the girl scratched my car and I'm like, I'll show you what Uber did at the end. It's not like, hey, here's this arbitrary thing that I made up, so stick around to find out. But I'm ranting. I'm getting a little nerdy, nuanced. Let's see. What's the TikTok? Quick run down the hill may or may not have hit into a lot. Oh man. Oh my gosh, dude, that just like that gives me chills just envisioning. Um oh my goodness. That must have hurt. Oh, like could you feel it shatter? Like could you hear it click or something? Oh my goodness. All right. Oh, did this what happened? There we go. All right. There's another channel called Special Books by Special Kids. Highly recommend. The dude actually went to Temple, where I went, if I recall, and I'm pretty sure he played soccer, which a really good friend of mine played soccer as well. I think he knows him. That's the only reason I share that. I'm just rambling now because I suck at soccer. That has absolutely no meaning to me. um, I'm just thinking out loud. But he recently, they posted two videos that I think were like they honestly kind of spoke to me. I mean, what they're doing with their channels is absolutely amazing, and like one of my favorite channels on YouTube. Um, let's go, baby. I think that's for first, but oh, dude, I can't imagine. But he talks about how he saw his ad revenue go down by 50%, and everything's all based on short content. And he used to be he's saying a lot of similar things, like he hates worrying about the thumbnail and title, and how he used to be a teacher, and he thinks that the way the world's going with shorts and TikTok and YouTube moving to shorts is just like crushing humans' attention spans, and it's not good. And what he does is he highlights on his channel people with different challenges and different disabilities, just people that have very different life experiences from the so-called average human. And dude, it's an amazing channel that him and I don't know if it's wife or girlfriend have, but what he says is he's like, I don't want to just find this little 2-second clip or 10-second clip to throw on shorts that's going to get people's attention. Like, I want people to actually get to know these people and like, learn and stuff like that. And I thought that was a really interesting perspective, given that his channel was so humanizing, so to speak. His channel was so like having to do with actual people, like it's not like this like silly little thing. Like he's dealing with real life stuff, and he wants people to be like, oh, another one, same thing. Dude, this is happening so much. All right, I'm done playing video games. I'm about to log out soon, but I'm just on a rant right now. There's this channel, what is it called? Another great channel. He always has the black and white thumbnail, and he's basically in Underbelly, the soft white underbelly. And he's interviewing people like Evan, actually, that might have a that you're not going to come across in so-called regular America, or the regular world, and like talking to prostitutes, pimps, gang members, ex-convicts, gambling addicts, and like giving them their story. And he talks about the same thing. Man, it's crazy to think about, man. Now that I'm like connecting all these dots, like the world is really moving away from not just long form content, but meaningful content. And I don't know, it's kind of interesting, kind of curious to see what happens. Like what's that going to mean for people? I guess like I think it's just going to make people like even more self-centered and even more like dopamine seeking, so to speak. Because that's what you're doing. That's what you're getting every time you slide up on TikTok. 10 seconds, dopamine hit. 10 seconds, dopamine hit. 10 seconds, oh, that made me feel bad because that was a sad story. Now give me another even stronger dopamine hit. It's like emotional roulette, So yeah, moral of this stream, as I end my rant, wear knee pads snowboarding, 1. 2, be mindful of what you consume. And 3, I really appreciate you guys coming out. I should have ended with wear knee pads. That would have been a funnier joke. I'm doing this live, If I had written, that's why I like writing. If I had written, this down, I would have ended with wear knee pads, snowboarding, because that would have been a good, I think, callback, so to speak. But seriously, hang in there. That sucks. I don't know, like, dude, how do you even, like, I got to sign. I've really got to go. But how the heck, I want to know, like, how do you rehab that? Like, is it one of those things like a broken toe? Like, you can't put it in a cast? Like, are you in, like, a straight cast? Do you just, like, have to stay off it? I can't imagine keeping your knee straight. Oh my gosh. Whatever it is, hang in there. And like, do you ice it? Are you on crutches? What's so, and yeah, that's so I'm trying to think of the correlating injury, because I always think it's funny. Your body's basically a mirror image of yourself. Oh my gosh, you poor thing. Whew. I I think I broke my elbows, and like, I think I just chipped it, whatever the fracture was, and I don't know, like, I didn't need a cast, but I didn't know if the knee was similar, because the knee and the elbow are basically the same, but you use your arms a lot different than you use your legs. There's no pressure on my elbows every time I'm walking or sitting or whatever. Whew. Well, hang in there. Um, that's tough, Tugs. Well, yeah, hang in there, and hopefully I'll see you out alive soon, with some more positive updates. I'll be thinking of you. Thanks for coming out, and yeah, Ed64, a.k.a. Driver Ed, a.k.a. just Eddie, over and out. Thanks for hanging out, guys.